Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into it. We got all the high impact pulse rifles, you know, the top 7 that I consider to be pretty much goated inside of PvP. We're gonna try them all out every single game until we go flawless. And then at the end, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on which one I think was the best for me. So, starting off with an exotic, we got the No Time to Explain. Looks like we're all kind of bunching up the same spot. You guys pretty weak. Oh, you see my little solar buddies snipe him? One of the best things about the No Time to Explain is how the longer the fights go down, the better this pulse gets, because we get access to that little sentry turret, and it's so clutch. It does a lot of damage, it's fast, it's instant. How many times have you guys got that perk and it shoots people before you even see them? You're like, bro, what? It happens to me all the time. See, I got the No Time buddy now. Perfect. It kind of went away pretty fast. Not sure why, but dude, 2 burst pulse rifles are disgusting. No Time has gotten a good amount of nerfs throughout its life cycle. Even though it's still really good now, it was freaking insane. You know, the first versions that we had it. Even though we're in PvP, I always wanted like the exotic perk to be better in PvE because it works with stasis related stuff, but it's nothing crazy, just kind of like reloads your gun. I wish it did more. But yeah, bro, the amount of damage you can do like just with 1 peek is insane. The devs usually like talk down on the Hankins because they can peek shot so well, you know, that's why they were afraid to buff them and give them crazy perks. But like, you know, when you use a pulse rifle like this, you know, it's so easy to peek shot with these two. Okay, I guess I get free heavy ammo. Oh, I got the triple down. Fog. You know, one of the interesting things about this pulse rifle is that I don't think many of us liked it until we got access to this ornament. This ornament was game changing. If there's ever an example of something like pay to win, like not crazy amount of pay to win, it's just like slightly, there we go, that's the word, slightly. It would be this ornament because it changes the reticle. It feels much easier to shoot. What is this thing called? Like the Vex Aura effect? This doesn't block your line of sight, and with the other ornaments it does. Get my rift in a second here. I can play more aggressive. See if anybody challenges from the long distance. We got some good damage on that. Getting double teamed. Thankfully I disengaged in time. Woo. The fusion rifle is scary, dude. Thankfully that pocket melee did actually snipe him, because he would have killed me with the fusion. Let's get rid of this and move on to the next match. Oh, I have to say, this is my favorite pulse rifle right now, and you'll see why. So this is my Relentless. I absolutely adore this pulse rifle. Hit Seeker Enhance is great. Keep Away Enhance is awesome. The Strand Tango interaction. If I have the one that grants me a tangle, I can shoot that and get a couple multi-kills. Thanks to the origin trait as well, I get increased range, and at the bottom half of the mag, I get more damage. So in a sense, it also feels like I still keep more range. That's one down. Nice, managed to get that. I'm gonna try to watch this cross a little bit. Looks like I'm kind of free to push. Interesting. Thank you, teammates. Last time I just went all the way across and they were already watching that. So if I try that again, I'd probably get melted. I didn't want to do that. I got some good damage there. And I got the cleanup. Sick. That's smart. Looks like he got access to the heavy. There's a radar ping far left. Heavy ammo down. You know, shout out to the devs. Make sure you look at that one. Hand cannons are not the only ones that can peak shot, alright? These pulse rifles peak shot so well too. They're insane. The speed you can peek out around the corner and get all the damage out. Oh shit. Got your back exposed. Warlock doesn't care at all. He's just running at him with the shotty. Oof. He was distracted getting the other kill. So he managed to get my revive just in time. Now we get another rest too on top of that. Let's break this. And that should be game over. Good stuff, man. Shout out to the Warlock. He just went massive at the end. Relentless gone. Unfortunately, we didn't make any tangles. Sometimes you just need longer duels, and some of these matchless forerunners just go by too fast. The next pulse rifle we get to try. Red Death? It looks like it is Red Death. So yeah, next up is the Red Death. This doesn't need any introduction, really. It's iconic OG 2-burst machine. You heal after every kill. You get more damage on the weapon if you take damage from players, making it more consistent, more forgiving in a duel. Overall, a beast. I haven't used this pulse rifle much, unfortunately, but I know we're about to put in some work. The Red Death. What a monster. I'm gonna prioritize getting across as fast as possible. There's that health region, super clutch. Kept me alive. My god. It doesn't even kick. Didn't they nerf the recoil direction on this a little bit? Something about stability? Who knows, man, but I feel like that first bullet where I shoot, everything just goes straight there. The health region is so nice. I do miss how it was in D1 where it was basically crimson. Very nice pick. We'll get aggro on this. Got the cleanup. And we got the other kill. Yeah, you guys don't get much gameplay from me using a Red Death. And that's for good reason, because this pulse rifle is just kind of unfair. On top of that, we got some really clean iron sights, or reticle, whichever you like to call it. Very clean, very easy to manage. All it takes is one burst, and these guys are hurting. Got the health region. So much range on these. Oh, he's one shot. Beautiful, good kills, good kills. When I play against these pulse rifles, there's one thing I try to respect the most, and that's they can peak shot as well. Because normally I like to run a hand cannon, and if I run a 120, like, you have confidence you can beat everything until you underestimate the peak shots on these 2-burst pulse rifles. One little peek in a shoot and your shields are completely gone, your health is hurting. And that's because it has one of the fastest time to kills in this game, a 0.67 time to kill. That's with no damage buffs, all headshots. We got forgiving perks like Head Seeker that just kind of like make it easier to achieve that. So yeah, they hurt, man. All it takes is one full headshot burst and you're like, ouch, I don't want to fight. So I don't see anything on the right side. Take a little peek on top. Almost got the 2 bursts. Got a nice burst there. Not sure who's gonna challenge me. Got that kill. Let's put a rift here. We should be able to challenge someone else now. Put that nade there. Got that kill. Someone's behind me. He's a Forerunner player with a smoke grenade. There's that red death. Beautiful. Well done. You see how he just completely disengaged? Like, if I get the first shot advantage, a full burst, there's no way you're beating me. The time to kill is way too fast. Way too fast. Red Death down. Incredible pulse rifle, man. Makes sense why it's in the top 10 for trials kills every single weekend. It's great. It's great. And the health region just makes it easier for you to stay alive. Next pulse rifle is actually the #1 pulse rifle this weekend. The #1 weapon with most kills until Forerunner beats it. LC's rifle. My LC's rifle that I grinded for is actually a shiny. I got it with Keep Away Headseeker. I enhanced both perks. I get stability bonus from Headseeker, but Keep Away Enhanced gives me even more range, which is a W. As far as the rest of the perks go, I did manage to get some nice range bonuses. My Masterwork is unfortunately a reload one, so I was very close to getting the God Realm. I grinded so much for this. When we made the video, you know, I vouched for it. I told you guys, get it, it's amazing. And now you can actually attune it as a Zavala, and you can also grind for this pulse rifle now. You don't need the shiny. All you need is just a God Roll and you're good to go. So let's take it out for a spin. Double prismatic hunters on our team. Huge kill. Got the other one. Beautiful. Pocket melee threw him off. But yeah, this is going to be another pulse rifle. Headseeker just dominates. It's like the opening shot to hand cannons, essentially, right? It's like the opening shot to shotguns, where some of these perks are just your go-to perks. I'm curious if anybody thinks that this perk might actually end up getting nerfed. That's making a 0.67 time to kill more forgiving might not be something they're fond of. So he has the one-shot perk. Okay, he dropped a healing nade for a 1v1. Smart play. It's a bit of a standoff. There's a swarm nade. I'll try to heal it up. See if that nade stops anything. It did, thankfully. Got that cleanup kill. And then there's that final kill. Beautiful. That smoke grenade almost cucked me. We're chilling though. Wait it out, wait it out, wait it out. Took a lot of damage from that. I kind of want to ego challenge this outside angle. Looks like he'd had the same idea. Got that kill. Oof, didn't get the full burst out, but he's just weak enough to get cleaned up. That's a W. All right, LC's down. That thing is a monster, bro. It's like a no time to explain, except it's not exotic, and you can beef it up with Headseeker and even more range. So what is there not to like? It's a monster. Next up is Stars and Shadow. So this one made it in the top 7 for my list because it's pretty accessible. You go to Shaxx, you turn in a couple engrams, you can even focus it, and thanks to the Crucible reset, you can get even more perks on it to help you get a very solid roll. And it's a 2-burst pulse, good stats. It just gets the job done. This is a Stars and Shadow that I'm going to be using. It's a pretty good roll. I wouldn't consider it a 5 out of 5. I think I could replace Killing Wind for Surplus to get more stat bonuses, you know, depending on my abilities. But the range is perfect, and Headseeker, as per usual, is the mandatory perk here. Double Tine Overshields. And our teammates are rocking Sentinel with Invis Hunter, which is interesting. This should be a kill.
Your ally is back in the fight. Only one enemy is left.
He's actually pre-firing the head glitch. That's smart. Didn't work out for you though. I swear I saw 2 tie-ins, so I'm so confused how that other tie-in happened to be there, because one of them was one shot. It might have been the same player that popped the barricade. My timing was a little bit too slow on getting the kill on that hunter. That's a one-shot kill. He's not following up. There's one on the flank though, kind of worried about that. Never mind, that's him right there. Beautiful kill. Someone's on the flank now. Beautiful shots. Way to go. So yeah, right off the bat, compared to the other pulse rifles I've had a chance to use already, one of the biggest differences I'm noticing is just kind of the stability. I feel like the shots are not all compressed, which would be nice to roll this with something like fluted barrel or small bore to just beef it up a little bit more. As far as the recoil direction goes, I'm not really like feeling like it's bad. I don't have anything that buffs up the recoil direction. The base is just pretty good in my opinion. Thanks for the help, guys. Could have had some better shots there. I'm gonna move up and help you. Big damage, and then the last one's going for the revive. Beautiful, there we go. Love it. One of the lame things about Stars and Shadow though that, you know, probably wouldn't make it as the best pulse in the game is, hello? Is the origin trait. So yeah, the Crucible origin trait is like pretty basic, isn't it? It's simply just reload speed if you're out of combat, but that doesn't make any sense. Like if I'm out of combat, I can take 10 years to reload, it doesn't matter. So I'm following these radar pings right now. Don't know where he's at. He's gonna challenge me. But we got the kill. One more run and we get the 5-0. So if you're wondering, who is this pulse rifle for? Like, why would I use this over a Red Death? Like, that's not really the point. It's the accessibility. It's a really good pulse, pretty easy to get. These are for the players that, you know, probably don't have a lot of time to grind, want something easy. This will get the job done. I don't have an ability to kill that guy around the corner. Looks like someone is going for the flank. Oh, you got the kill? You're nuts. And just like that, we get a 5-0. Beautiful. Stars and Shadow. Stars and Shadows down. Let's move on to the next pulse rifle. It's between Philo Tactic Spiral and the Messenger. Neomuna versus Trials Weapon. So here we go. Philo Tactic. So next up is the Philo Tactic. This is from Neomuna. Beautiful pulse rifle, looks so sick, and even the origin trait is pretty badass. You can shoot little tracking rockets. It has everything it needs in terms of perks. Keep away, you can enhance it for more range. Hit Seeker for more aim assist and the stability, of course. We had to go Arrowhead Break. Considering its base recoil direction wasn't the best, it really felt like I needed this. But one of the downsides as to running this specific setup is that I feel like the handling was bad and I still needed more range, but otherwise still very solid. It gets the job done. So we're up against Sweet Business. He might be flying a lot. Another Sweet Business. What in the world did I just queue up against? And someone is rocking a Stasis Hunter, not on Prismatic. I am shocked. All right, I'm excited to use this pulse. I love this shader on it. Let's go ahead and get across. Start putting some pressure. He's running the cold snaps. We're gonna piss these guys off. He just melted the shit out of me. Nice, very good kill. Someone is rocking Unbreakable. I am very intrigued at what's going on right now. The Stasis? Oh, what in the world is happening right now? What are these builds? They're catching me off guard. We'll take a peek at the long lane. Hello there, business. Take a peek at this lane. Good damage. I'm seeking the other one. He doesn't care about me though. Got that 2-burst kill. And for the last one, yeah, these guys can win their ones. It's kind of funny. You know, we're doing a whole trials card talking about the best pulse rifles, and, you know, potentially the best for some people is actually the trials pulse, the messenger. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to that. But yeah, I wonder how many people prefer this pulse rifle over some of the other ones in the game. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's not that many. Again, it's kind of a weird one. It has everything it needs, stats, right? The perks. It looks awesome.
1 minute left.
But when it comes to using it in game, it's kind of different. It's very different. I think the biggest deal breaker for me is probably something about the handling and the scope, you know? All right, so here we are on the last match and the last pulse rifle to cover, the messenger. This is an interesting one because there's a couple of ways to basically build it in terms of perks, but my preferred one, and I recommend this one the most, I feel like this is the best perk combination, is using moving target with head seeker. This is not the newest one that has Telesto bolts, which I have tried and it's very solid. But you see, I would thought about what did they nerf in regards to high impact frame pulse rifles back in the day? Because, you know, I've played through several metas, and I've played through the meta where these pulse rifles were just unbeatable. Right now, you might think they are unbeatable, but in the past, in the meta that I played, no, they were actually broken. And part of that reason was because they had so much aim assist, it was difficult to miss any shots of that burst. It was difficult to not 2-burst everybody. So my logic coming into this pulse rifle was like, what if I tried to unnerf it almost and give it more target acquisition aim assist in the likes of using head seeker with moving target? And I loved it. I loved it. I feel like it's so hard to not get a 2-burst. This is usually my preferred pulse rifle if I'm trying to sweat my ass off and make sure I win games. This always helps me outgun every other pulse. I'm gonna put a rift here right off the bat. I don't want to get stasis, so I kind of have to play the game of let me bait you.
1 minute left, my friend.
I missed that.
Only one enemy.
I don't want to be the one to get frozen, so I'm trying to be safe. But I was talking about Desperado, how it was just incredible on this pulse rifle, and I think Desperado Messenger was the reason why that perk got nerfed, and they decided to put it on more weapons. But in turn, Desperado just became very like unpopular over time. I can't remember the last time I used that perk, but it used to be something that I just would never put down. I need to be careful with this push here. Got some good damage off. Looks like our team shots are disgusting here. And that guy's weak enough to get cleaned up. Good stuff. Let's go for the flank. I see one in front of me. I hate when my hunters give me amplified. I honestly do. There's that range. Beautiful. That's where the range actually matters, brother. I got my max damage at that distance. If they challenge with a pulse rifle, if it was a messenger with arrowhead break, they lose to me every single time. You know, I get no damage drop off. It's disgusting. With all that aim assist from moving target head seeker, it's gonna be hard for them to like not die. That was a nice little 2-piece, putting the Forerunner in his spot. Again, I'm gonna say I hate when hunters give me the amplify effect. It throws me off, man. It changes my movement and my distance of sliding and whatnot. Let's put a nade here. I don't know how easy it is to push this angle, but we're gonna try. That's a kill. I might actually go back to fight. I almost got that kill midair. Unfortunately, I became the target for both of them to team shot. But that's fine because we get the W, and that is the Lit House. Let's go. So here we are at the sweet golden chest. Just a quick recap. We managed to put what I consider 7 of the best high impact pulse rifles. These are the 3-round burst, not the 4-round burst. I don't know if there's enough pulse rifles to put on a wheel for the 4-round burst, so we could do that in the future. But right now, we decided to do these because they're kind of like the new hot, right? LC's rifles dominating trials. And if you take a look at the top 10 kills for trials weapons right now, a lot of these 2-burst weapons are up there in terms of kills. We've done the Philo Tactic Spiral, Messenger, you know, we got Prophecy Pulse Rifle, some exotics in there. And you want to know what conclusion I came to. Which one of these do I consider to be the best? So how about we start to eliminate some of them that I probably wouldn't use compared to the other ones. Starting off, I would say take off the Stars and Shadow. Why? Because I don't need an accessible pulse rifle that's good. I need a god roll pulse that I can grind that has everything intense, perfect stats and origin traits. So we take that one off the list. Next up, I'm gonna have to go with Philotactic Spiral. As good as it looks on paper with the stats and the perks, for me, it just never really like clicked. I can, put in some work with it, but my 2-burst consistency with this pulse rifle is not very high. I take that one off the list next. So here's where things get a little bit complicated, because now we have some GOATs. We got Messenger, Relentless, No Time, Red Death, and Elsie's Rifle. All incredible pulse rifles, can't go wrong with any of them. So this is just based on like my own feelings of using these pulse rifles and which ones are more fun. That's kind of where I'm leaning into, more fun and like build freedom. I'd have to take off Red Death, not because it's worse than Elsie's, but because I just find myself having more fun with guns with Head Seeker and Tango interactions, for example. So I take that one off the list next. It's getting even harder now because all of these are just so good. I'm probably gonna have to go with Elsie's Rifle off the list. It's a shiny. I love the Head Seeker, keep away. But part of this is because I'm just a fanboy of kinetic weapons, all the weapons in the kinetic slot. Since I like to change weapons constantly and I love just using the kinetic energy for transcendence, I kind of lean towards that direction more. Unfortunately, we'll take that one off. Not saying that it's better than a Messenger or Relentless, because honestly, they're all kind of even. So after that, I probably would have to just take off the Messenger next. Like, I think I'm better with the Messenger compared to a Relentless, but the reason why I'm taking this off is because it's a little bit too just kind of straightforward, too much of a melt machine. I want something that gives me a little bit more fun in my gameplay, and that's exactly what Relentless does for me. When I get kills with this and I make those tangles and then I proc things like Threaded Blast, it just brings a smile to my face. I love the fact that the origin trait, works on this pulse rifle, and on top of that, I just love that I went through the grind, super heavy RNG on the perks and the drop rate, and I still managed to get a really good roll. So it takes the #1 spot for me. Obviously we take off the No Time, the exotic perk, the stats, all god tier. Love getting that sentry turret. It deletes people. It's insane. It's really fun too. But yeah, Relentless is gonna be my #1. Everyone else is gonna have a different take, and that's okay, because I'm not saying this is the best compared to all of them. It's just the one that I like the most. It's my favorite one.